El Cascabel. So this happened, I want to say a couple weeks ago. And it's always fun to play. And there's all these videos you can find where they make fun of it, how the vihuela player ends up having a 10-minute solo. So does the guitarrón player. But I'm going to show you how the standard version of El Cascabel goes. We're in the key of A minor. And I'm going to go slowly and going note by note, section by section, because it's a good one to know and it helps with technical abilities too. So we're in A minor. I would say an A harmonic minor. So you have this G sharp. But we're going to play this G sharp that comes up there. As far as bowings, I'm going to do my best so you can kind of see the bowings that I take, because those are the standard type of bowings. So at the very beginning, the trumpet starts, right? And we do a tremolo. Find your harmonic E. The lighter you are with your left hand and the heavier you are with your right, it comes out nicely. But it's preferable to kind of put your finger down. And here, I like to stay on the A string here, fourth finger on the A. Starts already. And if you replay this video on that portion, you notice how I'm really trying to keep my hand blocked with the half step here, whole step on the A string. Then when you cross to the D string, make sure there's that high 3 for G sharp. And I like to play this fourth finger on the A, because once you go in full speed, it feels better and you feel more confident, and you know you can keep that hand block. And occasionally with that high 3 there, with this fourth finger on the A string, you know, a half step away on the D string is your G sharp. Yeah, makes you be, it's more helpful to be in tune that way. So it starts with the voice. Yo tenía mi cascabel. And during that portion that the singer is singing, these are the notes. If you're playing a first violin, you just do the octave higher. But the notes are A, G sharp. But if the octave higher, I would do a high G sharp here. A lot of vibrato. With a little grace. Sorry, I missed it. With the E. Yo tenía mi cascabel con una cinta morada, yo tenía mi cascabel, y como era de oro. Same thing again. Y como era de oropel, se lo di a mi prenda amada, pa' que jugara con él allá por la madrugada. And then right away, we come in with this little riff. Violins do it. It's an A minor arpeggio starting on the E. And we're going to slur. Yeah, a lot of accents. And do another up bow, but now we're on a E major arpeggio. Go back to the low one for the F natural here. Again from the A. The G sharp. Sorry. back to the A minor. Now we're coming down scale with slur, separate, separate, slur, separate. Short ending there. Scale coming down from this low one. And that's the kind of bowing that I've experienced around slur, 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 I'm gonna put a couple of links down below of what I've listened to, what I've watched, and what I really like. There's I'm gonna put down a little high school group there. I think they sound great, and it's a great production too. But I like how they play it. They're playing cleanly, and that's kind of like the typical way to perform El Cascabel on the outside. There's certain things I would change a little bit as far as making it a little more, making it sound a little more difficult, but not really. Then that's when the solos begin, right? After we finish the... And then we have vihuela, ching, 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 vihuela, guitarrón, and then, oh, if you have a guitarist, maybe they want to do something too. If not, cool. After guitarrón, trumpets, and then after trumpets, violins come in. Here's the violin solo. The trick is, sorry, I just had some lunch. The trick is to have a finger down, yeah? But when you have fingers down and you're doing string crossings from the A and the E, make sure your hand is slightly more on its tip, your fingertips, so that way you're able to play and not, you know what I mean, interrupt the string, right? So make sure that you have those nice little tips where I can kind of see peekaboo. Okay. And there's a little grace note. So now I'm alternating from C. First it was C to E, then D to E. Yeah, and then we go to a B to a D. You see that? You have to make sure they're really, I'm trying to angle so you can see my fingers. After that pattern happens, I kind of would kind of die down a little bit in dynamic, just so there's a little bit of a change. And then now we get out of that pattern. Yeah, kind of similar to the other little adorno that we had. Here, up bow, slurs. G sharp. A. 16th notes. Again, up bows. G sharp. Now we get into the double stops. So that little part where we're doing, we're kind of alternating with the same notes, right? We have the B to that G sharp. Getting used to that slur, separate. Right? Up, down, up. Sometimes we have to add that do, that C natural. Yeah? So make sure we get that bowing right. Slur, separate, down, slur, separate, down, slur, separate. 16th notes, tiki, 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 down. And you do the same thing again. When we go into those separate bowings, it has this like choo-choo-choo, cha-choo-choo, chee-choo-choo, cha-choo-choo feel to it. And you're using the same notes, but a separate bowing. Has that type of feel when you're playing just the open strings. After that section, now I'm going to put my third finger down on the A string, and I'm going to be playing the A and the E string at the same time. Meanwhile, as I plant my third finger, my first finger is going to be alternating between the open E to a low one for F. Yeah? Make sure your third finger on the A string is nice and in tune with your D, because you're creating this D minor sound with your F on the E string. So pay attention to that, yeah? When we come into this section, I like to play with my dynamics a little bit. And when I know I'm going to change to the next chord, I kind of die down again. And the next chord is going to be to your C natural and your open E, but you're still alternating this F natural here. So you're still playing A and E strings at the same time. Make sure that's in tune too. I don't know if it's going to come out in the video, but I can hear overtones happening and they're like drilling through my eardrum, which is great. That's what you want to hear. So it's more in tune that way. Yeah, so as you put it together, it is doing like this pidi-ti-da, pidi-pi-da, pidi-pi-da, right? As we change our bows, we're kind of changing our finger too. Together it sounds... You finish that section. Now we go into the last part of the solo. Pretty simple, right? E, G sharp, B. Then the fingering for all of this, I would do open 2, 4, 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 until you end it. But you have to know what notes you're playing. So you have E, G sharp, B. Yeah? Move your hand a half step up so you can play E, A, C natural. Then you're going to move your hand a whole step up for E, B, D. Then you're going to move it a half step up with your second finger, but a whole step up for your fourth finger to play E, C natural, E. And we go back to the tremolos. Yeah? So we came out of this. Some people do like a little scale down. You could do it like that, or just straightforward. Sorry, I keep playing with my E. And that's it. And then you go back to the... Yeah, you go back to that little beginning. And then you do coros. Oh, when the singer sings again. I forgot the lyric. But anyways, as far as vocal part, just go over your lyrics. And then that's it as far as violin playing in that song. Practice it. It's great. And that double stop is excellent coordination and finger practice for anchoring fingers down and listening on when you put those fingers down. Okay? Happy practicing!